welcome back to Crypto Sunday with some new news articles. The first one, Vitalik Buterin, Coinbase, Kraken Binance promote trustless CEXs. Well, I had a look at this article, and on November 19th, Ethereum co-founder Vitalik Buterin analyzed the cryptographic methods deployed so far by exchanges to become trustless, including the limitations of such methods. He also suggested new techniques for centralized exchanges to achieve trustlessness involving zero-knowledge succinct, non-interactive argument of knowledge, CK snarks, and other advanced technologies. In 2011, Mt. Gox was one of the first exchanges to provide proof of solvency by transferring around 424,000 Bitcoin from a cold wallet to a pre-announced Mt. Gox address. It was later revealed that the transaction may have been misleading since the transferred assets may not have been moved from a cold wallet. And then in 2013, discussions began on how exchanges could prove the total size of their user deposits. Now, the easiest way for exchanges to prove total user deposits was to simply publish a list of usernames along with their account balances. However, this violated user privacy even if the exchanges only published a list of hashes and balances. Therefore, the Merkle tree technique, which enables the verification of large datasets, was introduced. In the Merkle tree technique, the table of user balances, so this is the Merkle tree, is inserted into a Merkle subtree, in which each node or leaf is a balance and hash pair. The lowermost layer of nodes contains individual user balances and salted username hashes. As you move up the tree, so all the way up here, each node represents the sum of the balances of the two nodes below it and the sum of the hashes of the two nodes under it. So we've got 2 here, 2 here, 2 here, and then each split in 2 as well. While the leak of privacy is limited in Merkle trees compared to public lists of names and balances, it is not completely immune, Buterin wrote. Hackers that control a large number of accounts in an exchange can potentially gain significant knowledge about the exchange's users. And that was one of the whole things behind Bitcoin, to stay anonymous, so this could definitely pose some risks. And if we move on about the second issue, ideally proof of solvency would be done in real time with a proof that updates after every block. If this is impractical, the next best thing would be to coordinate on a fixed schedule between the different exchanges. An example, providing reserves at 2 UTC every Tuesday, so 2 p.m. that is. And if anything, in the future, Buterin hopes that all exchanges will evolve to become non-custodial. I made a video about custodial versus non-custodial. I'll link it at the end of this video. Be sure to check it out. And centralized wallet recovery options would exist, but this can be done at the wallet layer rather than within the exchange itself. Alright. Let's move on to the next one, which is about Ripple. Ripple eyes Ireland as 1.3 billion SEC fight drags on. Now, as its battle with the Securities and Exchange Commission, so the SEC, continues, Ripple is looking outside of the US, mainly to Europe. And to do this, Ripple is trying to get a virtual asset service provider, so a VASP license from the Irish Central Bank. This would allow it to passport its services throughout the European Union via an entity based there. And if you didn't know, the SEC accused Ripple in December of 2020 of misleading investors by raising 1.3 billion in unregistered security offerings since 2013. But Ripple claims its XRP token is not a security. And in case you don't know what Ripple is, it was launched to help banks and other financial institutions move money fast and without fees. Its public blockchain, XRP Ledger, has also been used for transparency purposes and not just for finance. Earlier this year, Colombia's government announced it would use to record land titles in a bid to make real estate transactions fairer. So let us know in the comment section down below if you're invested in Ripple. I thought about investing in Ripple. I'm still thinking about investing in Ripple. I'm not invested in Ripple at the moment, but I'm very curious to hear your thoughts. Let's move on to the next one because we were talking about privacy over here. That's why I got this article. Cardano is launching new privacy blockchain and token. We've got Charles Hoskinson, who's the CEO of Input Output Global, the firm behind the Cardano blockchain, which is also known as ADA. And they are releasing a new privacy-focused blockchain called Midnight and a token called Dust to accompany the new network. Now, Midnight will go beyond previous privacy coin projects by delivering zero-knowledge proof smart contracts. And the system will walk the line between preserving privacy and allowing regulators and auditors a backdoor into the system when permission is granted. Now, privacy coins have always been ionized by crypto libertarians, but have been viewed warily by regulators fearful of how the technology might help facilitate financial crime. Honestly, personally, I stay away from privacy coins because I have a feeling these will be the first coins the regulators will go after, or the ones that the regulators want to eradicate due to all the risks and how it might help facilitate financial crime. So they said this is what the enterprise absolutely wants, and we have seen Walmart and some of the largest companies in the world working on privacy with Hyperledger. And at the same time, we can service traditional cryptocurrency needs, especially when you look at DEXs that want to prevent front running and these types of things. Aldous Hoskinson. So like I said, I'm going to stay away from this. I might be wrong. It's not financial advice, but definitely be careful when it comes to privacy coins. But I look forward to see how this will develop, and I also am very curious to see how this will affect the whole Cardano project and how that will be developed in the future. So never bet on one horse, or whatever the saying is, but you only have one of you. So if you focus your time on one project, you can't focus it on the other. And if you focus on both of the projects, both get 50%, for instance, so you can't really dedicate yourself to one. So I'm very curious to see how that plays out. Then we've got this fitty right here. Apparently Ben Armstrong, who is also known as BitBoy Crypto, is furious on Kevin OLeary, who you might know from Shark Tank, and he said this SBF FTX situation is the excrement producers working overtime. This is total BS. And that was Ben Armstrong saying, shocking, Kevin OLeary bombshell. I'm hearing he was visited by a group of people who are forcing him to say positive things about SBF under the threat of physical violence and blackmail, because there are some videos around where Kevin OLeary is very positive about FTX. He's very positive about Sam Bankman-Fried. That's what Ben says as well. You literally said Sam is a good guy and have the audacity to call me excrement, and he just went through the roof. Took 24 minutes. That tells you what side of history you're on. Also, you're accusing some people of not producing excrement. I'm unaware of this affliction. If I look at this, we've got a friend sent me his personal cell number, so that of Kevin OLeary. I verified it's his 100%. I tried calling him, but this is how he starts. You should probably go delete that retweet. Nothing you can do to stop what's coming. Tap out yet, or have you thought about reading the room? Apparently, there's a lot going on between those two. I personally, if I would start a conversation, I wouldn't start it like this, but I'm very curious to see how this will play out in the next couple of days. We've got people who are going against BitBoy. Let's review all the direct scams he has worked with in the past. There's a whole thread about it. I'll be sure to link this down below, this entire thread, so you can have a look for yourself. But yeah, is BitBoy Crypto going to try and sue someone else once again? Let us know in the comment section down below. For now, this was the news. I'll see you on the next time. Doei!